Myth: housewives, or should I say homemakers, do not need life insurance. As quoted by C.S. Lewis, the homemaker has the ultimate career. All other careers exist for one purpose only, and that is to support the ultimate career. To all the women who work all day, doing the household chores, working from day till night, and she is still introduced as a housewife. This presentation is dedicated to you all. Why homemakers need life insurance more than men? According to the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDAI, in 2019-2020, India's life insurance penetration stood at around 2.8%, and women buyers accounted for only 31% of new life insurance policies sold. So only 1 in 3 life insurance policies in India were sold to women. The data showed that women bought 9.216 million life insurance policies during 2019-2020 against 10.3 million in 2018-2019, logging a fall of 11.76%. Moreover, the proportion of women's policies in the case of private life insurers was at 27%, and that of the public sector Life Insurance Corporation of India (LIC) was 34%. Hence, not only is the penetration of life insurance low, but the gender gap is also substantial. Common myth. One reason for the life insurance gender gap stems from a common misconception. If one spouse, usually the primary earner, has life insurance, the family is financially protected. The lag is simply because for generations women were told that money matters were not their domain, and for many this misplaced legacy still carries on. In middle class homes, the lives of non-working spouses are not treated as a component of future risk. Unfortunately, this isn't a good practice as it undervalues the contribution of the other partner, who might earn less or whose primary role is to care for children. Most women put off their investment decisions or seek the help of their male counterparts. A common perception prevails in the financial industry that women are more risk averse than men. But women generally have a tendency to delay when it comes to taking financial decisions. As much as 65% of women between the age group of 26 and 35 said that they did not know where to start or whom to turn to for financial planning advice. A study conducted by ClearTax in 2018 revealed that 90% of the women in India do not optimize their tax saving benefits through investments. The gender gap does indeed exist in various aspects of life. The gender gap regarding life insurance has a number of implications that are worth noting. What can be done about it? India has 160 million homemakers. The cost of replacing the services provided by a stay-at-home wife can be higher than what we think. The economic value of a homemaker's contribution. As we can see, the per month value of a stay-at-home wife comes to rupees 45,000 approximately. This image is from an article posted in 2017. Assuming a fixed rate of inflation of 4.5%, the per month value of a stay-at-home wife is 58,601.70 rupees approximately in today's value. Homemakers don't have their contribution in black and white. A stay-at-home wife may not earn an income but provides valuable economic support. Think of all she does to keep the household running. These are just some of the many hidden expenses of losing someone that isn't the breadwinner. According to the recent National Statistical Office 2020 report on time use in India, women spend close to 5 hours or 299 minutes per day on unpaid domestic services for household members. On the other hand, men spend around 1.5 hours or 97 minutes on the same. The time distribution on unpaid caregiving services for household members also highlighted the disproportionate burden of unpaid work and emotional labor on women. Women spend 134 minutes on unpaid care services, while men spend only 76 minutes per day. A National Statistical Office survey has revealed that 91.8% of women in India between the ages of 15 and 59 participated in unpaid domestic work for household members in 2019. This is a true story. The court was dealing with grant of compensation in a motor accident case, which was instituted by the two daughters of the couple who died in April 2014. The bench unanimously agreed to raise the compensation awarded to the motor accident victims, Poonam, a housewife, and her husband Vinod, to 33.2 lakh instead of 22 lakh awarded by the High Court. The Delhi High Court had reduced the earning of the deceased wife as she was a homemaker. The Supreme Court, in its judgment, stated the conception that housewives do not work or do not add economic value to the household is problematic and needs to be overcome. Financial value of homemakers' work is equivalent to employed husbands' earning. Their activities contribute in a real way to the economic condition of the family and the economy of the nation, and ought to be recognized in reflection of our changing attitudes and mindsets, as well as towards achieving the constitutional vision of social equality and dignity for all individuals. Over the past few years, the costs of childcare, transportation, home care, and schooling have skyrocketed, and a single income is not sufficient to keep up with household expenses and pay for childcare. Life insurance coverage for the stay-at-home parent can provide families with peace of mind and protection against the unforeseen costs of single parenting. Factors that may influence the amount of insurance for a homemaker include whether the surviving parent's current job still be manageable without another parent to lighten the load, or whether the job will allow the surviving parent to take time off work to be with their children after the spouse falls sick or injured or terminally ill or passes away, or if the surviving parent travels often for work, are paid per project or work odd hours, whether he or she can keep up the same workload without the spouse at home to take care of the children. Would we struggle to keep up with day-to-day expenses? Will we be able to manage our debts? Either option could prove very expensive, which is why both the partners should consider the various life insurance cover options available, regardless of their role. The value of woman's life and the role in the family is so much more than income. We must think about their shared vision for the future, not just focusing on a relative income measure. The life insurance industry's conventional wisdom on choosing a plan amount is to multiply your salary X amount, which further devalues the impact of a spouse who has a lower salary or who is a stay-at-home parent. As quoted by Kin Hubbard, fun is like life insurance. The older you get, the more it costs. Many women who choose to care for children at home also return to work when their children are older, And since insurance policies are less expensive to purchase when you are younger and more expensive when older, buying a policy when younger may be the most affordable way to protect our family. Women live longer. On average, women live 6 to 8 years longer than men, yet they typically buy less life insurance coverage and save less for retirement than their male counterparts. Sorry. Current life expectancy, longevity risk in retirement income planning. The average life expectancy is 85 years for a 65-year-old male, 88 years for a 65-year-old female, 50% chance one of a 65-year-old couple to reach 92 years. The problem is this is the average. 50% live longer than average. Bottom line, most married couples should plan for one of the two to live well into their 90s. Lower premium rates. In risk management, women are considered to have a lower risk profile than men. Therefore, the importance of life insurance for women becomes even more attractive in terms of lower premium rates. Before I conclude, as quoted by Betty Ford, a housewife deserves to be honored as much as a woman who earns her living in the marketplace. I consider bringing up children a responsible job. In fact, being a good housewife seems to me a much tougher job than going to the office and getting paid for it. The toughest job in the world is to be a housewife because you are not paid and you have to work 24 by 7 by 365 days a year. She is a symbol of indomitable courage and power and the most beautiful creation of humankind, whose mere absence is the loss of fragrance of life. She is one who bears, rears, and nurtures the life of all. And people get away with it just by saying, whatever is mine is yours. It is very demoralizing. Hoping for the change to come. Heartful respect and strength to all the homemakers, working and non-working, for making our lives happier, easier, and more beautiful. National Housewives Day or Homemakers Day is observed every year on 3rd November to celebrate and honor the people who keep our households running. The International Women's Day was on 8th March and the 2023 theme was Embrace Equity. May the force of Homemaker be with you. Please go through the description for the sources for this presentation. I've shared the link to my next presentation, Myth, Insurance Company with High Claim Settlement Ratio is Good, at the end of this presentation. And do not forget to check out the playlist for more presentations. If there is something to gain and nothing to lose by asking, by all means ask. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. I sincerely appreciate it. Namaste.